Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the Akim out there, pushing the word out in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the Akwath that are listening and learning. There's a brother Izar, and I wanted to go into this real quick. So this is Matthew 5:13. It says, "Ye are the salt of the earth, but the salt have lost his favor." All right, but if the salt has lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and to be trodden underfoot. All right, now the reason why I wanted to bring that one out, all right, is because there's Israelites throughout the four corners of the earth. Some may not look like your typical, Israelite, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. You might have some that look like other nations. I ran across this Elamite looking dude, and after speaking with him for a good minute, he was talking about how he, has really no care for Elamites. He was saying that they're shisty, all right, they're two-faced, they're this, they're that, and the way he was talking and the way he was carrying himself, I believe that man could have been a Jake, but he looked just like an Elamite, man. But the way he was talking, he was like, man, F those dudes are just nothing but backstabbers, can't trust them. So, we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. So you got people like Vocab Malone and these so-called pastors, all right, which you're supposed to be somebody that's a pastor, all right, is looking out for the sheep, They're looking out for the sheep. And these so-called pastors, they're not looking out for the children of Israel. They're looking out for their own bellies, man. That's what was that? Book of Corinthians. I believe it was in the book of Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 6. It might have been meats for belly and belly for the meats. That's all these dudes are, man. They just want to gain profit and that's it. All right, but our people have been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So let me play this clip real quick. All right, and it's gonna be this one. All right, so hey man, we were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, you can't fake Jake, you can't fake Jake. So we're the salt of the earth, okay? So that means we're gonna have, that flavor, But the main thing that makes us Israel is Romans chapter 9. Let me get to that first, and I'll come back to 1 Corinthians 15. Romans, was it chapter 9, and down at verse 4, straight to the point. Who are Israelite, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of the Most High and the promises. So when you go into the word service, it doesn't mean that the Most High, Yahweh, serves us, okay? It's actually the opposite. So that word service and the service of God, the service that we're receiving is to serve the Most High, you see? So it says service rendered for hire. We didn't hire the Most High. The Most High hired us. Any service or ministration, the service of God, the service and worship of the Most High, according to the requirements of the Levitical law, to perform sacred services. Okay, so that's given to the Israelites, man. So we're the ones that are supposed to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi. You see? So Baruch 3:35, this is our God, Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi, and there shall none other be accounted of in comparison of him. Okay? So there's no other power under earth that we can be saved by, but by through Yahweh the Most High. Okay? And he's going to send his son, all right, to execute that judgment, and then he's going to send out his elect to execute judgment. But it says, He hath found out all the ways of knowledge, and hath given it unto Jacob his servant, and to Israel his beloved. You see that? Afterwards did he show himself upon the earth, as, through Yahushai, and converse with men. And how is the Most High speaking to people now? By his prophets. He conversed with men through men. His prophets, especially through Yahushai, who embodied wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So this is also Tobit chapter 13. In verse 1, then Tobit wrote a prayer of rejoicing, and said, Blessed be Yahweh that liveth forever, and blessed be his kingdom. For he doth scourge and has mercy. He leadeth down to hell and bringeth up again. Which means what? Destruction. All right. He kills the body and then he brings you back up. All right. Through reincarnation, or he just simply brings your spirit up into the spirit realm. That word hell there means the pit, the graveyard. Okay. Neither is there any that can avoid his hand. You see, so under no other power can you be saved, and under no other power can you be judged. It says, confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he has scattered us among them. And there's another precept that talks about Ammon, all right, hiding the children of Israel. You got many people in Asia, okay, people in China, Japan, Korea, and we're scattered among the nations, man. So we may look like another nation, but yet our spirit still is Israel. You see? It says, there declare his greatness and extol him before all the living, for he is our power, okay? And he is the God of our Father forever. He is the God, our Father, Salakia. So it's all about Israel, as we've always mentioned. So going back to, was it 1 Corinthians chapter 6? And let me go down here. 1 Corinthians 6 and 13. Yep, that's the one that I was mentioning earlier. Meats for the belly, and the belly for meats, but God shall destroy both it and them. Now the body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. You see, so yeah, we have these spiritual gifts, which, spiritual gifts can be singing, all right, prayer, or not prayer, so like singing, dancing, being athletic. That's spiritual power given to us by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and that's why Jake is always on the top, But even further spiritual power is coming on the way, right around the corner as well. And by further, I'm saying, being able to heal, okay, being able to do miracles, Right now, Jake is has some blessing on a lower level, which is really, on a fleshly type of level, but the spiritual power that's coming is coming for the men, all right, that follow after Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So if the Most High is going to destroy, all right, the belly and the meats that go to the belly, okay, and the body is not for fornication, the body set up for the Most High, then what should we be doing? Especially coming up in this Passover that's coming, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you have to be in that mindset. It says, and the Most High hath raised up the Lord, Yahushai, and will also raise up us by his own power. You see? So, you got Israelites scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. You saw that Korean usher and, that other dude that looked like he looked, like he was just recently, the seed was recently mixed. So his father could have looked like a so-called Negroid, and his mother could have looked like a Chinese woman or a Korean woman, but then his children will look like, more towards a Korean, type features if he mixes with another Korean woman, but that's just how it is, man. But Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, when he returns us to the kingdom, we're all going to have those heavenly bodies, okay, that are going to be changed, and we're finally going to be able to, to look the part, so to speak, or truly, we truly will be, look the part. We're going to act the part, because the law, statutes, and commandments are not done away with, and they will be brought, in full effect whenever the kingdom comes. Right now we just have the blood of Yahushua, which is, the mercy that we're receiving, entering into the second covenant. All right, we're receiving that mercy, when it's in full effect. We will no longer need mercy, okay, because we're going to be perfect in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, So it says, which one was I going to get? Let me see this one. It says, 1 Corinthians 14:1, follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that ye may prophesy. You see, so we receive small amount of spiritual gifts, by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because we are Israelites. We're still under the curses, but some of us receive certain type of spiritual gifts. I mean, you got basketball players that are able to jump as high as hell, man. And yeah, some of it comes with training, but you don't see no goddamn Moabites, 6 foot, 6'3", jumping as high as Jake at 6 foot, 6'3". You only see them dunking or doing certain things when they're like 6'8", 7'2", But you have some people that are, they call it hops, and majority of the time you're gonna see it within so-called Negroes. That's a small form of spiritual gift, man. Pretty soon the elect will be able to fly. So you also got, during football, you have athletes, all right? Jake be running fast as hell, man, breaking all kinds of records almost every year, running faster and faster and faster. You don't think that's a spiritual gift? Okay, if the Most High wanted, we would all be slow as hell. But the Most High is giving Jake a certain amount of spiritual gift, man. Because in the kingdom of heaven, all of this that Jake is able to do, that's going to look minuscule, man. Elijah the prophet being as great as Elijah was, being as great of a prophet and bringing down all kinds of, terrors upon the earth, that the people saw him and they were in fear. And John the Baptist being as great as a prophet as he was, which was Elijah reincarnated, okay? Yahushua said that even him, all right, even Elijah, as great as he is, being the greatest prophet have ever lived, the least in the kingdom of heaven will be greater than Elijah. And Elijah has some serious spiritual power, man. So what's the main thing? 1 Corinthians 14 and continuing on verse 1, but rather that ye prophesy. So it's important for us to go into these scriptures, man. You see? It's important. Why? Because it brings unto a building of a household. That's in the book of Proverbs. It says, what does it say? The words, I believe it says, the words of the wise tendeth to life, but the wicked shall be destroyed, or something of that nature. There's another one that says, let me see if I can find it, Salaki. Bear with me. Let me see. Salak. I believe it was, chapter 12, if I'm not mistaken. Here, let me Let me get it real quick. Go back. It says Proverbs chapter 10 and 21, the lips of the righteous feed many. All right. The lips of the righteous feed many. It says, but fools die for want of wisdom. All right. So the principal thing is wisdom. And when you go down in verse 16, it says, the labor of the righteous tendeth to life, the fruit of the wicked to sin. You see, so the main thing is these prophecies. All right. The main thing is, bringing forth this knowledge, this wisdom, understanding, So part of the understanding that's been, misconstrued and ignored in Israel is that we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. So not everybody's going to look like a so-called Negro. Not everybody's going to look like a so-called Latino, dark skin, curly hair. All right. You got some Israelites out there, man, that look pale skin with green or blue eyes, and blonde hair or dirty blonde. All right. But then they have certain qualities that only an Israelite can have, especially being zealous over Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And that's really the principal thing, because the beginning of fear is the beginning of wisdom. All right, if you fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that's when it all starts up. So you're going to have Israelites out there, man, that are going to look, especially, as we get closer to the end, you're going to have a lot of Israelites that are going to start coming up, all right, looking like Chinese, Japanese, all right, looking like the other nations, okay, and they're actually Israelites, man. You got a big community over there in Japan, all right, of Jakes, Negroes and Latinos, all right, big communities, and they don't even look like Negroes and Latinos, man. They talk like them, they walk like us, So, they have this big old Chicano movement over there in Japan, and those dudes out there, they're not even actually, so-called Mexicans or Latinos. They look like straight up Japanese people, but the songs that they make resonate with something Jake would do, man. And the way they talk and the way they move, I mean, it's clear as day, and plus we've always lived in all the ghettos around the four corners of the earth, man. We're always the lowly, So as long as, you're following after Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, really that's the principal thing, man. Because we're scattered throughout the four corners of the nations, four corners of the earth. We may look like them, but if you're following after their customs and not following after Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, like scripture says, it is good for nothing but to be casted out and to be trodden underfoot, So the main thing is following after Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, So I just wanted to make that a quick lesson. So I hope that was edifying. And with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakakwadash. Shalom.